Good morning. Good morning. It's an experimenting day. Hold on a second. So my thinking process, right? Pretty positive that it was Parker House rules that my aunt was describing. I have a basic thing to search, look for, whatever. So yesterday I spent a little time on the interwebs, did a little tippy tappy on the keyboard, found a few recipes, and I narrowed it down to 2 that I wanted to try. Because I want to do this in 3 distinct different kinds of rolls. So one, I want to try and recreate the roll that my aunt remembers, which I'm not gonna lie, there is a film of nostalgia on it, so chances are I'm expecting it to never taste exactly like how it used to taste, so it's fine. But I wanted to do the version that I think my grandmother would have made, knowing, you know, what I know of her. Like I said, she was a working woman, so there's a lot of things and faff and all that kind of stuff that I'm pretty positive she would not have done. So I'm not overcomplicating it. I'm going to use a vaguely easy recipe, I think. So I'm going to do that. Then for the second version, I want to do what I would do different, knowing, you know, what I know. It's still going to be really easy. I want to make what would be, you know, my version of what I would probably make had I had the recipe and wanted to tweak a few things. Then I want to do an ultimate. I want to do an ultimate version. And chances are the ultimate version will be coming later, and I'm just going to do those 2 in terrible, terrible lighting, but I literally cannot make it better. So this is what it is. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so I have my recipe that I am choosing to make my base recipe, it as is, and then I'm going to make what I think she would have done, right? I'm only making 2 today, and then we're going to be taking notes and all of the things. I am using the Parker House rolls from the Noble Pig. I think what I am gonna end up doing for my own sanity, like dividing it in half, because it will be so many rolls, y'all. Math. And I halved all of the amounts and wrote it down because I will forget. Let's get started. I'm just trying to measure stuff out right now. All right, while I do this, I'm just talk to y'all about this experience. So hot tip, if your eggs are cold, if you've never heard this tip before, ever hot your tap will go, and then just set your egg in there for like 5 minutes, and that will just take the chill off. That way you'll have a room temperature egg. So I'm actually so excited to be doing this, and I feel like I probably want to start doing more projects like this more often. I kind of love that as I'm trying to expand my horizons and really just trying to get out and see the world. I don't want to be like one of those catastrophizing people and just be like, oh, see the world while it's still there. Kind of how I feel. And I like that I've just been inspired to kind of dive deeper into my own history and my family's history, and like, well, learning is always fun to me. I love learning. Kind of giving myself this opportunity, giving myself this chance to just really learn about my personal history. It's not Black history, it's my personal history. With like my family and stuff, because I've, you know, lived across like 2 states for the absolute longest, and like New York will forever and always be my home. It is literally the place that I feel the most at home, even though I feel awkward everywhere. I love that New York is such a diverse place, and it's just, I love it. I love my city. I love where I'm from. And then it's also been interesting to see how Chicago has changed since, you know, since I was a kid coming here every summer. I will say, because like this side of my family, my maternal grandmother, but yeah, because this side of my family, like I said, I grew up in New York, and since this side of my family was like far, I think we just made it like a bigger point to make sure that we saw the Chicago and southern side of my family and stuff than we did for like my New York family. So the New York, my paternal half that is in New York, like my mom's family is all from like Chicago and Mississippi, and my dad's family is pretty much from New York. Sorry, I'm trying to do many things whilst talking, and I am not that person. And also my grandmother, my mother's mother, made sure that she asked, and it wasn't an expectation. And that's also kind of how my mom grew up, because she used to go to Texas, like her and like my aunt and all of them, they used to go to Texas and Mississippi every summer. And I used to come to Chicago every single summer, you know, stuff and things. But I have grown in appreciation, and there's a lot of things where it's really cool to see how I am similar to some of my other family. Some of them I've never even met, and then some I was just too young to appreciate who they were as an adult. Well, I feel like it connects me to my family that I feel like I would have wanted to know, you know? I genuinely cannot wait until I have my own kitchen. It's happening. It's happening. At the moment, I am still a new burgeoning self-employed, okay? I'm still really just getting that income together. It's enough of that, I think. It's more personal than I ever thought I would be getting. Okay, so the reason I am doing this take on these recipes, one, I feel like is a more traditional recipe, probably closer to what she would have made, since my aunt doesn't really remember. She remembers the feeling, but not as much as like I myself as a geeky food person would remember, as far as specifics of texture, aroma, you know, stuff like that, like how much of a shine did it have, you know, all of those kind of things. I just want to see which one is closer to what my aunt remembers. Also, I want to pick out what I like from both of those to kind of come up with my own thing. Yeah, I shall be taking notes as I force feed her rolls. You know what? It's not even fair. I'm the only person in the house who has never tasted these rolls. Because my mom has, my cousin has, my uncle has, and my aunt has. So right now I have a little over an hour to review the recipe. I don't really pay attention. I do what I want to do. And I'm also interested because I know there's a difference between like a yeasty flavor and apparently a fermented flavor. That is what I have discovered in my research. So what I'm doing here is a pre-ferment where I do a loose batter and let it rest for the 30 minutes. And that kind of helps develop the flavor, and it's actually really delicious, and I highly recommend it if you are a bread baker. But the difference between the two doughs that I am working with is the first dough, the Noble Pig recipe. It uses eggs and sugar and all-purpose flour, and in my version I am just using some milk, which this first pass I needed a little bit more. The dough was kind of dry, but it still worked. In retrospect, it still worked, and I was just really using time to develop the flavor in there. I didn't add an egg because I don't feel like my grandmother would have did that. She's a working lady. She wanted something she could just add stuff to and sit it aside in my mind. But yeah, so that's like the main difference between these two particular doughs. And the second, this dough that I am setting aside right now is going to end up being the base recipe because that's what my aunt preferred. Okay, we're back. So I have got my rolling pin, I have got my brushy brush, I've got my melted butter over there just chilling, I've got my tray with my parchment paper that is ready to go. Oh wow, nice. Okay, so this is our first dough, very nice. This is our second dough, also very nice. This bowl is, I don't know, this one definitely seems like it's puffed up less. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna let this one puff up for the last little bit and use my other one. Beauty, gorgeous. Also, this to cut things. I'm still trying to perfect my flour throwing. I don't even know if you could see that. You can't even see that, but it was, ooh, that is loverly. Look at. Oh my goodness. I love it for me. Oh, that makes me happy. Okay. So for this shaping, I did not understand the directions. You know, reading is a fundamental skill, and it was failing me on the Noble Pig directions. I don't know why. I couldn't figure out what they were asking, but this little rollout thing that I'm doing here, it is my favorite trick that I have learned, where you just roll it a little bit in the center both ways, and then you're gonna get those like 4 bumps when you know, because you're redistributing dough, but you'll get those 4 bumps. And then what you do, right, is you take your rolling pin and you just roll them out at an angle, and it takes your circle, your oval, to a square. And when I tell you my mind was blown when I saw this, because I was just like, this is amazing. Yeah, I mean, look, this is square-ish. But yeah, this is me rereading the directions and not understanding at all. We're vibing. So I just rolled it out. I'm pretty sure I also rolled it out too thin. So it's neither here nor there. The recipe is linked below, so make of it what you will. I had a lot going on this particular day. So, but yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and shape these and stop yapping. And you know what? The shaping, not my strong suit, okay? Just be kind. I was doing the best I could. And yeah. But also for both of these shaping methods, I don't really want scraps of dough. I know the way that my grandmother did it, she would just use a cup, and then, you know, doing that is fine, but then you have scraps. I didn't want any scraps. So I like that these were square. That way I wouldn't have any scraps. And even though I did have that one little scrappy situation that I turned into a cute little flower that you'll see later. And the other ones, I just divided the dough up and I just rolled out the balls of divided dough. So I was anti having to figure out what to do with scraps. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna let you guys enjoy this lovely music that is so nice and soothing, and stop talking for now. Yeah, but before I go, please put in the comments if you made it this far, one, but two, what are some like family recipes or something that you either had to go through a lot to get, or that you're really happy that your family preserved? Like, tell me all of the things. I'm low-key want to be nosy and in your business, but I'm also so incredibly interested, because this has been a incredibly frustrating process, but also very fun. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this process was much more of an undertaking than I originally anticipated. But yeah, let me know. Yes, I know they don't look good. That's not why we're doing this, okay? Save your judgments now. So we have the square ones that were already starting to puff up. Those are gonna be control batch. Then these little chappies over here are going to, you know, egg wash here, ready to go for half of these. So just so I can see what it looks like. I'm gonna set these aside. It's gonna be good, okay. Let me clean up and we will come back. Are we back? Yes, okay, my good people. They have been rising. I am expecting puff. Ooh, okay. Let me tell you what I'm seeing here. So since these had more time to puff, they are of course much more puffy. Don't have to talk about the shaping. Now the ones on the other side are also puffy. They are, but I don't know, man. These I don't feel good about. These I feel great about. And I need to get these in the oven immediately. And it's along for the ride, okay? It's along for the ride. Some melted butter here. And we're just gonna vibe, okay? We're gonna vibe. I'm gonna brush these very nicely with melted butter. All right, and then the rest of them, I'm gonna use the egg wash. Same brush because I have no couth. That is way too much. No. We're gonna gosh dang it, we're gonna go with what we've got, okay? Yeah, I don't like my dough at all, actually. Also, it's kind of cold, like it needs to rise longer, but I ain't got that kind of time, okay? That is okay, that is fine. It is okay if they are gonna be hard little rocket balls, okay? These are going in. I'm probably gonna put them in for, I don't know, 20 minutes. I'll check them in 15 to 20 minutes. While I do in fact believe in learning from your mistakes, I do believe that failure is a very good teacher. I do not fully know how to fail with grace. Now, I don't know how this is going to turn out, okay? On the one hand, I know that I at least have one part that is good. I have full confidence that those will be very good. On the other hand, the ones that I experimented with, one, like I said, they were cold. They're a little cold. They needed more time. Probably should have put them on a separate baking sheet. I didn't have one to spare, okay? I feel like the ones that I was experimenting with still had the potential to in fact be good. I'm having to take my own advice right now in this moment with you right now. And also it's me reminding myself this is literally just my first attempt. This is the very first time I've ever in my life made this recipe, period, in any iteration. So this is my first time. I never expect myself to get it on the first time, but I think I've been spoiled from all the times that I have gotten it on the first try. But I never expect myself to get it on the first try. So I'm gonna calm down and I'm going to chill. I really feel like I really thought I was gonna nail this on the first try. Just kind of like it just took a to my clearly overinflated ego. So I will see you when it is time to take them out of the oven. Alright, you guys, I have 30 seconds left on the timer. They looked pretty good. They needed a few more minutes, so I just gave them 5 more minutes. And yeah, so as soon as they come out, I have my butter just waiting over here on the stove, and we're just gonna brush them and pray that these turned out good. They looked all right, actually, so I feel less bad. But hey, you never know. You never know. So I don't know. All right, let's see what we got. Okay, nice. Okay. All right, okay. So I can definitely see the difference between the egg washed ones and the non-egg washed ones, but that is great though. Let's go ahead and slather. You hear me? We're gonna slather these in butter. Oh my gosh, I think, because how many do I have left? 3. I literally think I have just enough, because won't he do it? I have just enough butter, so I don't have any weird extra. I thought that's a problem. Wow, look at that. I feel like I may have done better than I gave myself credit for, but I'm still not convinced. All right, it says to do it on a cooling rack, so that we shall do. Wow, these are really soft. Okay. It's away. Yes. But this is what we're looking like. I was so nervous about these. So you can definitely tell which ones are the egg washed ones to the non-egg washed ones. They're pale. They're a little pale. They're a little light skinned. They're coming up much paler on camera though. I don't really know why, because these look like raw dough and it does not look like that in person. Like, I'm trying to see, like these look like that but all over, and then like these kind of look how that is looking on camera. I don't know if I can make it make sense, but these are showing up pretty true to how they look. But anyway, that is how those are looking. I'm actually really excited to try one. Letting them cool for. All right, my good people, let's wrap up experiment number 1. Okay, I've already lost 2 to the family, but it's fine. Okay, so this is our control one, I guess. This is what she's looking like. So she's shiny, super golden brown on the bottom. Smells really good. Okay. Ooh. Super fluffy. Very, very pull aparty. Really, really nice and oh my god. Okay. Okay, these are good. Oh my god, look at this. So buttery. These are good. But I knew those were gonna be good though. Alright. So one of these will fold over jobbies. Also still very nice and soft. It has that fold over. Ooh. Definitely has that fold over. Alright, I feel like this one is not as thready, bready, pull aparty, but wow. So you know how you be doing a lot, the most, if you will, and then at the end of it you don't know what you were so concerned with because it's turned out so good. All right, so for this one, which is the Noble Pig recipe, this one is really good. Very much so light, pull apart, so soft, so soft. So this one wins texturally. Oh my god, the texture on her, both of them are very, very buttery, but y'all, this one, the flavor on this one is so much better. I just need to work on the texture, which is still so airy, light. The texture is not what I want though, but it's good. It's good. So this is attempt number 1, and I think I'm just gonna try and get my aunt's reaction. I feel like flavor wise mine wins though. I'm not even gonna front. Now go ahead. But then you know you gotta taste the other one too, because that's different. But yeah.
Delicious. Good.
That's not